Hey, I didn't realize I was a co-host, so it like let me on automatically, and I was like, Miss Bailey, where are you?
Yeah, I made it that you and Miss Boykin and Miss Ogletree were co-hosts, but I think did you have to accept
Oh,
it?
nice.
Did you have to accept that you were
Apparently
co-host?
not.
Oh, I don't know why Miss Boykin and them are not automatically a
You
co-host
know
then.
what? Maybe I did way
I think
back
it sent you
when.
an email.
I think I accepted it probably like way back when school started.
I just did it like a couple weeks ago.
Maybe not.
Oh, I don't know, cause
No, I'm saying like maybe not then for what I said.
hold on one second. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
Um,
fine.
yeah, for like the days that I've been out for training and everything, like I'll get on Zoom first and then make Miss Boykin the host. So I was like, well, let me see if I can make her a host before
Yeah.
um hand so she can just start the meeting. So I
Mhm.
see it works for you because I know you'll jump in and like test kids or whatever. I know
Mhm.
you need like sharing rights. So when you get on, you should automatically have rights. You
Mhm.
should.
And it started recording too.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, cool.
I wonder if it's gonna record to your computer though.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
Can
If
you
it
press
records to you,
you can press record on your computer.
yeah, it's recording on my side, but
Oh.
if it saves to your computer, I need the recording.
Okay, see, I just pressed stopped. So it's not recording anymore on my end, but it's recording on your end now.
That's so crazy. All right.
Cool.
So the first thing we're gonna just talk about is what are some effective teaching strategies that you can think of? Like something that you might use already in your classroom that you might have just learned about.
You said what are some effective teaching strategies?
Like what's an effective teaching strategy?
Actually, the first thing that just popped in my mind was starting with vocab, like we've been talking about with math, with the SMPs, like making sure that your kids know the words and the verbiage that you're going to use before you just dive into material.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I don't know why that was the first thing that popped in my head, but that was
I like because we're about to like really go in depth with it, and it's very important. Yeah.
yeah. Especially
Uh,
tomorrow. We literally have a vocab training tomorrow.
yeah. All right. So we're about to do some teaching strategy. Like watch a video about teaching strategies, basically.
Okay.
I picked a teaching strategy that I wanted you to just watch the model.
Okay.
And I sent it to you, but we're gonna watch it together too. Um, where'd it go? Right here. And then as you're watching it, just be thinking of like, is this a strategy that you think you could use, or just any um like highlights that you see from the video.
Okay.
It is geometry, and that's our new unit. We're going right into geometry. So take a minute to talk to your neighbor about what does geometry mean to you? What is geometry? What do you think about?
Shapes and angles. Angles, shapes, corners, sides. Basically anything to do with shapes. Yes. And I adding the sides or multiplying them. That's how, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lila, what did your partner think about geometry?
That it's like all the vertexes and it's like shapes and angles.
Okay. James, what did your partner say that geometry meant to them?
Geometry means like squares,
Okay.
angles, what the degrees of the angles are, and that's all.
All right. Jack, what did your partner say?
It's mostly like the shapes and all their angles and sides and corners and things like that. So,
All And Andrew?
We were saying that they were shapes, angles, lines, parallel lines.
All right. Let me get Logan.
they were lines, angles, shapes, corners.
Does anybody think anything different? Any group say anything different that we didn't catch? All right, that's great, guys. You all have a really good understanding, kind of, sort of geometry. But let's start. You ready? We're going into space. Space. What's space?
Space is
Oh, tell your neighbor, what's space? What do you think space is?
middle of the shape.
Where is space? Talk to your neighbor.
Above
Where is
Earth.
up high?
Yeah.
Is it only up high?
No, it's down low.
Talk to your neighbor. Where is space?
Space is anywhere that there's not a planet. It's like around Earth with other planets than Earth. Yeah. Like
5,
Earth.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1. If I was going to mark a spot in space on my smartboard, if I wanted to mark a space on here, could I do that? What would I do?
You would find like an open area of white.
And what would I do?
You would circle it.
Circle it? Okay, maybe I could find an open area of white like this and circle it.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have another idea of how I can mark a spot? Leah?
Put like a dot on it.
You think I could do what?
You could put a dot on it, maybe.
I can put a dot on it in a certain spot or anywhere?
Well, where the space is.
Well, space is
Oh, the spot. So yeah, I guess anywhere.
maybe you think it would have to go here? Or maybe it could go here? What do you think?
I guess then probably the center makes the most sense.
The center makes the most sense. The most sense.
Sense.
Can everybody mark a spot on your whiteboard? Just mark a spot and make it with a dot.
That's not a dot.
Everybody mark a spot. Look at your neighbors. Do you all have it marked in the same spot?
No.
Kind of, sort of, you do. Jack, do you guys have it in the same spot?
His is like more close to the middle, and mine's like out here.
But is your neighbors wrong?
No.
Why not? Brianna, why isn't it wrong that they're all, even though they're all different, why is that okay?
Because all around us is the space that, like, if we were to walk across the room, we're in space.
So really a point in space could be
Anywhere.
anywhere. You're absolutely correct. So when we mark a point in space in geometry, we make a dot, kind of like Leah said, but we call it a point. So everybody right now has a point on their paper somewhere in their space of their whiteboard, correct? We did that. Can you make another spot? Mark another spot in your whiteboard. Find a spot. No, do not erase anything. We're going to keep everything today for almost the whole time. Sorry, guys, my mistake. Make another point. And again, a point is just a dot, but it's a point. It's an exact location in space. So for us, it's an exact location on our whiteboard. Everybody have one? How many points do you think you could make on your smartboard, on your little whiteboard? Talk to your neighbor. How many do you think you could make?
Because it depends on the space of the whiteboard. It depends on how big or small we make the dots.
Okay, so what were some things that you noticed that made this a good effective strategy, a teaching strategy?
I think the turning and talking worked a lot. All the kids want to talk, all kids want to talk. So giving them that opportunity to just all go for it and talk to each other, I think really works well with one, classroom management, and then two, letting the kids get their thoughts out.
Okay, so was it beneficial to see the strategy modeled?
Yeah, I think so. I learn best whenever I get to see somebody do something first and then go for it.
So after watching the strategy used, how confident are you that you could use this strategy effectively? Because I picked this one because we've been talking about doing questioning.
Mhm.
So I think the turning and talking and the way the video was presented, I think this would be a good way for you to use this in the classroom. So after watching the strategy, how confident are you that you could use the strategy effectively in your classroom?
Um, I definitely think it'd be beneficial to be used in my class, and I think it seems like a pretty not easy but simple technique that helps out a lot. So I definitely think I could be using it in there. Feel pretty confident with it.
Yeah, because the video it showed older kids, but I think it could be modified for your grade
Mhm.
level or like the age group that you're working with since
Yeah.
you're working K through second. How will you make the strategy your own?
Probably adding like my own, like modeling it for them, or maybe even having like instead of them telling like their neighbor, they could, like the first thing that they do is like whisper it to themselves. So that way they go ahead and get it out to themselves and then they turn to their neighbor and talk to their neighbor.
Okay. So what kind of additional supports do you need in order to grow in that focused area in your instruction? So either questioning or implementing this new strategy.
Um, kind of like what you just provided was, an example. And then, if I did have any difficulties with it, knowing that I could come to you and, um, ask questions about it.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start implementing this later this week. Excuse me. And then I'll come observe you whenever you're, confident.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and see. Do you want me to just be looking for like setting goal? You know how we talked about the peers goal? Do you
Mhm.
want to just keep looking for, do we want to still work on questioning or looking for a new goal?
I think questioning would probably be still, especially since I'm learning more strategies. I think it's good to keep the same
Okay.
goal and then just work towards perfecting it.
All right. So do you want me to come on Monday? Since you'll be out on Friday. And then is there a specific time you want me to come?
Second grade math.
Okay. All right. And let me know if you need any more like videos. I can email them to you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. See you later.
Thanks. Have
Thanks,
a great night or afternoon, evening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.